Perfect. Khaya, just first and foremost, how have the guys settled in Canterbury?
And it was actually quite nice. The test guys came in a little bit earlier. We had good about 3 or 4 days where we really worked hard, focused on very technical skills with the guys, and we got a lot of work in with the coaches, so that was actually quite nice.
Yeah, just talk us through the progress you've made this last summer, from a maiden first class double 100 to test debut as a concussion sub and now to this tour.
Yeah, I'm just watching every ball and hoping to get better and better and mix with the best and give myself the best chance to succeed.
Yeah, do you think you've matured as a player over the last 6 or to 12 months?
I definitely think I have. I think there's a few things. I've accepted my limitations, I've accepted where I'm also good, and I've just kept working, trying to get better each ball I face. I think that really works for me in the nets, or be it in a practice game, be it in a professional game or international game. Every ball I face, I just want to get better. Just keep adding the building blocks on top of each other.
To that point, with the riches of talent in the top order of this Proteas test squad, what do you bring to the side from a skills point of view, and how are the English conditions conducive to that?
Well, I'm just here as a batsman, so I'm going to make sure that whatever opportunity I get, I put as many runs as I can on the board for the team, regardless of the situation, whether it be a good or bad one. I'm going to make sure that I give that resilience, or make sure that I'm always there for the boys.
And how far do you think your innings today will go to earning a place in the Test 11?
Sure. Well, I don't know. There's a lot of competition. It was my first practice game as in the test side, so it was quite nice to just get some runs, get some confidence. So hopefully it shows that I can play. But there is guys who've been doing well in the team, so it is what it is. We'll see. We'll keep supporting whoever gets a chance in the starting 11 for the first test.
Yeah, and how will you look to ensure you can capitalise on this opportunity, especially with South Africa in such a strong position in the Test Championship?
Well, look, for me personally, I think it's just nice to get out there and get some runs. It's nice to be able to come back in England, and with all the the talk that you hear and the ball swinging and the ball nipping and the slopes, etc. It's nice just to get out and experience it and make sure that you sort of spend a lot of time at the crease, so that you are best prepared as a player if an opportunity comes along.
And then just how much experience do you have of batting in English conditions?
Well, I had one tour for the South African A side in about, I think, 2016 or so. That's about it. I had a club stint in 2015 as well, but nothing. I'd probably say I've probably had about, for the A side, I had maybe 3 innings or so. So this is probably like my 4th innings. So yeah, it's quite nice actually.
And one last one for me is just talk us through your approach to the innings today.
Look, I really went into the nets and I worked on my balance, worked on playing the ball late. The guys have been speaking about that. It is definitely different to South Africa. The ball nips a lot more. You never really feel like you're in. So you've got to make sure you're always awake. I think as soon as you think you're in and you're comfortable, and that's when the ball actually does something you don't expect it to do, and it catches you off guard. So that always keeps you awake. That's the one thing I've picked up.
Yeah, so as you were sort of mentioning your first sort of tour match before a test series, so were you nervous? How are you actually feeling about that?
Nerves, I'm always nervous, whether I'm playing a club game or whether my son is throwing balls at me or something like that. I'm always just nervous when I pick a bat up. But I think that's good nerves. You want to do well, you want to impress, you want to make sure that you play your part for the team as well. So nerves, I suppose, I'm sort of know what I need to do to deal with it.
And that obviously is a really good partnership with Rusty out there. And how was sort of the dynamic between the two of you when you're out there? As you said, there's a lot of competition for those middle order spots.
Well, it was actually lovely. I think we complemented each other quite well. I'm a little bit shorter than him. He's a big guy, so I think that helped. And what was nice was that he was a bit of a hype man. Every good shot I played, he was hyping me up, giving me confidence, and I was doing the same. So that was quite nice coming from him, and knowing that you've got the backing of your partner on the other side. It was quite nice actually. Spent a lot of time together there.
Obviously, when you talk about competition for England, there's probably a bit of competition between Craig Overton and Ollie Robinson. Just wondering what you made of the two of them. Was there, was there much difference?
No, they definitely tested us. I can tell you that much. I think the English selectors have got a lot of hard thinking. I think they bowled well, both of them. They were definitely the toughest bowlers.
What was difficult about them? Just the way they moved the ball? Or
no, well, they're always testing you.
Better later in the day.
No, they were always testing your technique. I think that's the one thing I realized, is that they're always in a good area, which is challenging. And I mean, as a batter, you also take confidence if you're able to deal with it. But they were on the money, and it was good testing. I felt like, okay, cool, this is big boy cricket.